Hello there. How's it going? My name's Nathan. Thanks for joining me today. It's a bit of a weird time for a stream. I normally don't stream in the afternoons, but I had today off and I got stuff going on tonight, so I thought I'd just pop in here and do a little bit of keyboard stuff. So thanks for joining me. If you're watching here on Twitch or if you're watching this later on YouTube, I appreciate the support. And yeah, this is a pretty chill stream. We like to, just kind of hang out. Feel free to ask me any questions you have along the way. If something's confusing or whatever, just feel free. Just let me know, and I'm more than happy to answer that. But today, what we are doing is we are rebuilding this keyboard, the Vortex Race 3. This is one of the first mechanical keyboards I ever bought. I bought this, actually, let's look when I bought this. I can check my email for the receipt. I want to say 3 years ago, I'm guessing. Vortex Race 3, 2018. So that would be 19, 20, 21. Almost, it was January of 2018. So yeah, that would be almost 4 years ago, right? 19, 20, 21. No, 3 years ago. 3 years ago. So this is an older board. Vortex Race 3. It's got Cherry MX Reds. So it was actually my first introduction to linear switches. Before that, I had a DOS Keyboard Pro 4 with MX Blues, much to the chagrin of my coworkers. And then I decided to pick up one of these, like right before a LAN party, I think, because I wanted to try out a different keycap profile and a different switch type. I had heard that linears were good for gaming, so I figured I'd give it a shot. But yeah. Anyways, it's an interesting keyboard. It's 75% layout, it's a nice layout. It's compact, but has a lot of functionality. It's not QMK compatible, so you can't reprogram it to do stuff, but it has a lot of built-in functionality. And you can see on the caps, they even have printed like, additional things. Like if you want to print screen, you just hold function and press that key. It's kind of nice that they did that. So I like this keycap set a lot. It came with optional colored modifiers versus the gray ones, and I love the colored ones. It kind of reminds me of Legos. So yeah, having said that, Cherry MX Reds are fine, but they're not my favorite switch. But I also don't use this board a lot, so I figured this would be an interesting platform to experiment. Yeah, good point. So the escape size, escape and delete, this kills me. This is why you can never put a different keycap set on this board, because you will not find, I think this is a 1.5 unit escape. It's either 1.25 or 1.5 unit escape and delete. Aesthetically, I understand why they did that. They wanted escape and delete to be the same width, but I think if they had just made escape a 1 unit key and scooted everything down, just how most normal keyboards have the F row and the number row are lined up with each other. But I do kind of like how F row is staggered from number row, but it just, it's one of those things where if you ever want to change the keycaps, you can't really do that, or you'll have to just put a different key on the escape. But yeah, like I said, I'm experimenting with this board a little bit today, and I'm trying switches I've never used before, which are Novelty's Box Creams. These are switches that they are the box style variant of the Novelty Cream switch, which is a switch that's made with a palm stem and housing. But they have this, in fact, I'll show you. The box is not in reference to the stem as much as it often seems that way. But rather, let me get a switch opener and I'll show you. Box switches are they're not water resistant. They are but they're like IP certified. So because of that, they have this little box here on the side, and that is that kind of insulates the stem and the leaf from any crud getting in there or water or whatever. So then you can see, let me get my tweezers. There's this little button right here and that gets pushed when the stem goes down, and that's what makes the switch work. Here is the stem, and as you can see, it's a very unique looking stem. It's not what you would normally expect. But yeah, this is how a box switch works. Now, one of the things is, now they say you can't lube box switches. Excuse me. They say you can't lube box switches, and it's true, it's not as easy, and sometimes the lube will just kind of get ejected out of the switch, because there's also a little slot on the side of the switch that allows any accumulated debris or moisture to escape. So sometimes it will just let the lube escape. So on these switches, I oftentimes will lube box switches. Like if someone wants to build with like box browns or something like that, it's like, you can go ahead and lube those, it works. But with these, I'm just curious, what the stock sound of these switches is, because that is something I've never experimented with. So I have not lubed these. These are stock. They're 5-pin, meaning that they have the 2 contactor legs, which I'll zoom in and show you. They have 2 conductive legs, and that's how they provide input. They have 1 central post, and that's common to every switch. Those 3 are every MX style switch, but these ones have 2 additional plastic legs which help with alignment. I'm not sure if the PCB for the Vortex Race 3 is compatible with 5-pin switches, so we may be mutilating these and chopping their legs off, but that's a game time decision, because I actually don't know. As you can tell, I've done a lot of due diligence, but anyways, having said that, obviously first step will be to pop off the keycaps, so I'll go ahead and do that. Hopefully there's not some nasty keyboard chow in here, but I have brushes and stuff that I can use to clean it up if I can. But yeah, Cherry MX Reds, as you can see. They also have stock stabilizers in it, or this board does, and they are clip-in, like plate mount stabilizers, so they're not attached to the PCB, meaning they won't sound quite as good, but I think we can probably tune them up a little bit and get them sounding nice. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this board. I used it for quite a while. You can even see a little bit of the shine on the AS and D, but yeah, it's not bad. It's just, I don't know that Cherry MX Reds are for me. So yeah, it'll be interesting to get a little weird with it and try some box screams. I actually have never seen. Now, granted, I haven't looked very hard, but I haven't seen a build done before with box creams. So I just I saw them pop up on Novel Keys one day, and I just was like, oh, interesting, I'm gonna try that. So I just grabbed some. But yeah, this will be a fun experiment. I have taken this board apart before, and I believe this was fairly early on when I was curious. I didn't really know much about keyboards. I didn't know much about swapping switches or anything like that. So I was just experimenting to see if it was even possible. And so I did open this up, and I desoldered, I think, the spacebar switch or something. And then I just put it back in and soldered it in again just to see what the process was like of desoldering. I also didn't have a desoldering gun at the time, so I was using like that little like that loadable, oh, what do you call it? I don't remember what it's called, but you click it in and then you hit a button and it sucks the solder out. But it's very time consuming, and I was using like solder, like this solder braid here to try to like wick up some of the solder, and it took forever. But the desoldering gun really makes quick work of this kind of thing. So yeah, it should be a good demonstration of how well it works. Hey, what's up, Kyle? How's it going? Good to see you, my dude. Hey, your nibble should be here on the 8th, I think, which means either I'll get to it this week, maybe on the weekend, or a weeknight, or I'll do it for my Monday stream. So depending on when you're in town, also, because I want to have it done, save you some shipping. Also, I apologize how inconsistent my UI is on my on my stream. I have been kind of in the middle of a semi rebrand. So Milky Way panos. Okay, let's go. I also think that I think I've kind of squished squished the chat. See how do you... Oh, there we go. I don't want you guys to be so squished. There we go. I did say nibble, yes. From Nullbits. Are you familiar? 23rd. Okay, perfect. I will have it done in time. Yes, sir. I ordered a nibble. Ooh, that's kind of gross. Let me brush this off real quick. I ordered a... They came in stock on Amazon recently, and they might still be. So if you're watching this right now and you're interested, you may be able to run grab one. Right? Dude, and it's at a great price point. And they also, back when I first built one, I got one right when they came out. They didn't have plates. So, you know, you're trying to solder. I think I built that one with normal novel keys cream switches. But, you know, you're trying to solder in switches without plates. And it's very hard to, like, align things correctly. So I do remember... I was looking at that board recently on my shelf, and I was thinking, I should probably, I don't know if I want to do a stream out of this or not, but I should probably desolder some of this stuff and try to realign those switches, because I know like some of my mods are out of line. But you can get an FR4 plate now, which is awesome. So we have one of those for this this upcoming nibble build that we'll be doing next week. So yeah, be sure to check in. It'll probably be Monday night then, since Kyle won't be... You know, I didn't get the OLED kit for this one. Well, actually, that's a good question, Kyle. Are you interested in the OLED kit? It would basically replace, I think, 2 of the switches on the left side with an OLED display. So, yeah, I don't know if you're interested in that. That is available. I believe that's still in stock on Amazon, but the one that I built also did not have an OLED. So I've actually... you know, I've built a few keyboards that did have OLED, but never a nibble that did. So, yeah, I agree. And having a 65% with 3 extra keys and an encoder on the left side is actually a huge game changer. Like it makes a huge difference just having those extra keys. Like you can put a function key over there. You can put some of the extra keys that you would normally, like print screen if you like that key, or pause, or you know, whatever. You can put stuff over there, which is really handy, especially if you're using DSA keycaps, which I know that Kyle is, and then every keycap can go anywhere, which is huge. So yeah, nice. Hey, I should be getting commissioned for these. I should talk to Jay and be like, hey, I'm moving units here, dude. Not that he needs help. Those things are very popular, I feel like, already. At least I know on the they sell out very quickly whenever I see them come in stock on Amazon. So right, dude, it's totally a value. It's a bargain. Like, I don't know, I've talked a lot about this on stream, but you know, I like me a good high quality board, and there's a lot of cheap boards that are low quality, but there's a lot of affordable boards that are high quality, and I think that the nibble is definitely one of them. And also, if you get the tidbit with it, oh man, you plug that thing in with a TRRS cable, it's so cool. You get a little numpad on the side. Man. I think that's really neat that you can just pop in a numpad whenever you want. And that it works standalone too. Okay, so I believe that's all the case screws. This is not battery powered, so don't have to worry about disconnecting that. There is a little clear plastic strip down here, and I'm 99% sure that the purpose of that is to prevent any electrical shorting on this case, which is a nice touch. Like I said, I have been in this PCB before. In fact, it may have been right here. I'm not actually sure, but it looks like these are 3-pin switches, so we will be chopping up our legs on our box screens, but that's all right. The next thing that we can do is to try to take out the stabilizers. And like I said, these are clip-in, so we should be able to remove them once we have these critical switches out. We'll be able to slide them out. So let's get our desoldering gun heating up, and then we can proceed. All right. We're using the Hako FR301. It's one you've probably seen several times on Twitch if you've seen people using desoldering guns. Used it this weekend, but it's a great product. And then I'm also using like an air recirculator to suck up all the fumes because I ain't about breathing all that. I think it just knocked a bunch of Sharpies off this drawer. Oops. We will also be needing our soldering iron, which it's this little TS80P, which I really like. A little USB-C powered soldering iron, which is pretty cool. Has interchangeable tips, and they use like a TRRS jack for putting them on, so it's a really neat product. All right, so first and foremost, let's just pop out the switches that have stabilizers. It's a little bit harder to tell on this board because obviously the stabilizers don't come through the PCB, but I know for a fact that this one is. Let's get my fan on. All right, let's see if that worked. So it should have been this guy, so let's get a switch puller. Boom, easy as that. So yeah, there's your box red, or your MX red. And then with clip-in stabilizers, you should just be able to pop them out by squeezing in the little tab and then lifting on both sides and then sliding them forward like this. So pop them up and slide them forward. So there you go. So if you have a hot swap board, you can easily replace plate mount stabilizers without having to desolder anything at all, which is part of the reason why they're popular in that space. One thing for Nibble, can you print little jacket for the rotary? Some people don't like the green base. Oh, interesting. Yeah, actually, that's a great idea because on the you're right, on the rotary encoder, I don't have one on hand at the moment, but there's like a little green base, and that's cool that you can print a little jacket. Can you? I think if you put a link in the chat, my auto mod will delete it. But if you join my Discord, if you're interested in posting the like a Thingiverse link or wherever that is, I'll definitely get one printed because I think that would look a lot better for this Nibble that I'm building. So thank you, that's cool. I'm sure I can Google it too. Okay, so here's the spacebar. These come out so easy, which part of the reason is that they are, 3-pin switches. So, and then this guy. All right. It's an aluminum plate, I believe, or at the very least metallic, which is nice. I do tend to prefer plastic plates, but for something like this, metal is nice to see. Benro, awesome mechanical keyboard. Oh, cool, nice. Probably a Git hub repo, judging by the name of it. I will Google that. Thank you, I appreciate it. What? Oh, it's my desoldering gun. I'm rebuilding a keyboard. Okay, so now we can pop out the rest of our stabilizers. Did I say destabilizers? I feel like I did, but I'm not sure I did. Okay, there's all the 2U stabs, and then we just need the, I believe this is a 6.25, but it might be a 7. I can't remember. Either way, we'll just be reusing these. I'm trying to decide what my plan of attack should be. Isn't it, though? It's so nice. Actually, the big danger with this desoldering gun is I have it pretty low, but it can still sometimes, like, actually lift a pad, which is kind of scary. Also, if my voice is clipping at all, let me know. I think it looks like it's close on the VU meter, but I'm not sure if it actually is or not. So, yeah, let's put our... and it's actually not producing that much as far as fumes go, so let's just put our stabs up here. These little spots for them. Look at that. It's like it was made for it. It's funny, I was looking on... thank you. I was looking on Amazon for... I use this grubby old desk mat, but it's a really, really dark black, and my camera's white balance goes crazy every time I put it down. And so I was like, oh, I should try to find another one on Amazon. And then I just looked to my left and I was like, oh, I have this silicone heat-proof desk pad with magnetic parts containers. I'll just use that. So I think what I'll do is maybe I'll replace these one row at a time, I think. That way the plate stays where it's supposed to be. That seems like a reasonable plan of attack. So we'll start with the top row. I think I'll tilt this sideways and makes it a little bit easier. Milky Way Pano is stitched. Image over the bridges when I was last there, and it is 191 megapixels, so that's exciting. Oh my word. How much RAM is Lightroom using right now? Might need to turn the heat up on this a little bit. I think that last switch it didn't really like. Oh my word, okay. Dude, so the little intro video I made, let's see if I can pull it up, this thing. I was working on that in After Effects, and I sent a screenshot to Austin, and After Effects was using 58 gigabytes of my RAM. It turns out old CRT textures are very CPU and RAM intensive. So. Okay. Let's see how many of these actually come out. I'm guessing we'll get 90%, and we'll probably have 2 stuck ones. All right, there's one stuck one. Oh, there's 2. Nice. I mean, not nice, because I didn't desolder them all, but you know. So the trick I found to fixing a bad desolder is to actually add more solder, because you could sit there for way too long, potentially, you know, melting your pad and other things. This is kind of a crowded PCB, so I don't want to get too weird with it, you know, and get too close to other components. So what I'll sometimes just do is add a little bit of solder back in, and that gives it more to work with when it's desoldering. So we'll do that right now. Okay, there's one. Where's our other switch? Here it is. Okay, there's two. Let us put this back and try that again. Once more with feeling. Okay, that, at least one of them feels very loose now. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I have so much RAM. Because, you know, and I feel like it's maybe kind of cheating to give like After Effects RAM usage numbers, because what After Effects does is it'll load your entire composition into the RAM, so it will use as much as you give it, provided that your composition is longer than the amount of RAM that you have available, but still, it's a lot. It makes for a fun screenshot. Okay, so yeah, here's where I'm going to be cutting the legs off of these switches. So the 5 pinners. Make sure that they're nice and flush so that the switch can seat properly. So let's solder one of these in real quick just to see how we're feeling. And actually, also, I should plug the PCB in and check it as I go, because I don't want to munge this up, you know, and not be aware. In fact, I didn't even do a pre-check on this PCB. I mean, I'm really confident that it works because I've used it for years, but, you know, due diligence and all that. Okay, I should have my fume extractor on for the rest of these, but let's do this. Let's put my desoldering gun here, and let's move my soldering iron over and try not to melt its cable off. Okay. Also, here's the huge advantage of the aviator cable. I can just disconnect this USB-C end here and put on this micro USB. Isn't that nice? That's true. Kind of slick, kind of slow. You're right. You're right. All right. Try not to burn my mouse up either. All right, let's plug this thing in and let's pull up switch hitter so we can technically not switch hitter, as much as I love switch hitter. It's I think I mentioned this in the past, but there we go. All right, I'll show you guys. There you go. Escape key's working. All right, cool. So I think we're good to go. I'm just gonna slap in the rest of these things. I'll trim their legs first, and then I'll smack them in there. So yeah, 64 is nice. The problem is I built this machine a while ago, and so sneaky wife spotting. It was like remember when there was that, I mean, not that there isn't a shortage of hardware now, but back then it was like the RAM shortage was the big thing. And so I think it was like for 64 gigs of RAM, I can't even remember what I spent. I think it was like $500 or $600. It was painful. So yeah, not a fan. I mean, I am a fan of RAM, but not spending tons of money on it. Let's see. I'm really afraid that I'm going to accidentally cut the metal leg, rendering the switch useless. That would be lame. On an Ivy Bridge Xeon, so you need DDR3. Oh, yeah. You know, I have... You know, it's funny you say that. Depending on how many slots you have, I have like 32 gigs of DDR3 RAM, but it's in like 4 gig sticks, because back in the day, my CPU could take tons and tons of sticks, and it was cheaper to get 4 gig than 8 gig. So, you know, if you have slots for it, we're more than welcome to have it, because I don't have use for DDR3 RAM anymore. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put you guys back. Great. It does feel kind of wrong to mutilate a switch, because when you have a 5-pin switch and a 5-pin switch compatible PCB, everything just lines up so much better. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm not particularly attached to these switches. I'm more curious what they'll do when they're stock. I'm also realizing I should have done a sound test before, so we could do it before and after, but that's fine. Yeah, I agree. Plus, I'm pretty suspect of one of my sticks, so it might take a bit of doing to figure out if one of them is bad, and which is why I haven't sold it, because I'm like, I don't want to sell someone 32 gigs of RAM when only, you know, 28 of it probably works, and so it sits in my garage now. It's very hard to pick these little things up. If I had like a cocaine thumbnail, I could do it. You know? That's a dated reference. Or is it? I don't know. I'm not in the drug scene. All right. Let's put the rest of these switches in and then get them soldered up. So, let me tell you a story, chat, about Mech Market, the subreddit for buying and selling mechanical keyboard stuff. It's a great place. It's a good place to pay $350 for a GMK Botanical base set. You know, standard things. But it's also the biggest, you know, keyboard market on the internet, as far as I know. I mean, just for ordinary people to buy and sell keyboard parts. So I started advertising my services there. And by started, I mean, I finally took the time to write out a Mech Market service post and post it there, because I've had client work to do, which is nice. It's been keeping me busy, but I'm like, now that my wife is starting school and I have a bit more time, I'm thinking about expanding, doing a bit more. But I posted my service advertisement there, and I got 2 commissions like right away, and then it was taken down immediately after, because I don't have 20 confirmed exchanges on Mech Market, which is unfortunate because I've sold a lot of stuff there. I just didn't know that you had to post in the confirmed trades thread in order for it to be considered a confirmed trade. Makes sense. I mean, how else are they going to verify it? But And I can't retroactively go back and confirm all those trades. So I was like, okay, well, now what? So I've just been like buying stabilizers and things like that I need, but I'm paying way too much for them just so that I can get my 20 trades. It has been nice because I've been able to source some pre-lubed switches, which will save me a bit of time. But anyways, I can't post again until I have all 20 trades confirmed. So that's what I'm working on this week. But I've been to the post office like pretty much every day over my lunch break. It's a whole thing. Right? Thank you. I appreciate the F in the chat for your boy. I noticed when I was watching the bot on YouTube that the audio sounds so weird when I have this desoldering or this fume extractor on, because you can't hear it when I'm not talking because I have a noise gate on. But as soon as I talk, my voice sounds terrible because you're also hearing a fan. It's kind of funny. I find it amusing. Kyle, how long are you in town when you're stepping through? Do you want to climb? Okay, let's check these switches. Whoa, that's my email. Don't worry about that. Should close anything. There we go. Oops. Hitting F1. Okay, bummer. That's fine though. You're on your way to Oregon, right? Nice. These all work. They do sound a little bit rattly, don't they? Like, let's put a keycap on each and just listen. Yeah, just to my ear, the box cream has a little bit lighter of a sound, but it kind of sounds like plasticky and maybe a little scratchier actually, which I think is interesting. But that's the way it be. All right, so next row will have one stabilizer in it, so we'll pop all the switches out and then we'll put the stab. We'll tune all the stabs maybe now. There's microcontrollers on this backside that are really close to the switches. and it's scaring me. They might not be microcontrollers. They might be like arrays of resistors or something, but either way, they're ICs and they're spooky. Okay, I think worst case scenario, we'll have maybe one switch not come out. That's confidence. Nice, right on. Good for you. Is it going to be a little cooler in Oregon by the time you get there, or is it still in the middle of a heat wave? Oh, we got one stuck one. This is going to be embarrassing if I have another. Oh, phew. Okay, let's get this last one. Let's see. Yeah, I'll need to add some more solder. All right. That is our second row. Let's get these reds out of here. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay. We also need to do some stab work, so let's do that real quick. Oh yeah, has it been brutal? It's been bad here in Montana, but it's not been like... I don't know. I guess I find it hard to complain given what it's like in other states, you know? It's been like mid-90s. Let's use that. Okay. So we'll pop the stabilizer legs out. They are pre-clipped, it looks like, and they have a tiny bit of lube on them, so I think they were factory treated. But let's get a paper towel and wipe that off. It's kind of wild that the Pacific Northwest is so hot right now. Okay. 120 day. Sheesh. All right. That's not for me. You can miss me with that. Get the hair out of here. I don't do heat. I'll do cold. I'm fine with cold. Put on more layers, but you know. You know what's crazy too is that where I live in Bozeman, in Montana, there are so many people who don't have AC. And are completely okay with that. I mean, not that I'm like shaming you if you don't have AC or, you know, whatever. It's definitely a luxury and I'm very thankful, but it's like, I couldn't deal. But so many people are like, yeah, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. It's only a few months out of the year. And I'm like, dude. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like places like that typically I feel like wouldn't care as much because it's a little more temperate, but I care. Oops, this syringe is a little clogged. All right. You know what's kind of cool though? I was looking at, you know, we have friends who live in Phoenix, and it's like dude, like every house down there has a pool pretty much, you know, versus like in Montana, no one has a built-in pool really. And if they do, it's very hard to maintain because you got to, you know, drain it for the winter and winterize it and all that stuff. But it's like, it'd be so cool to live somewhere where you just like always have a pool. I think that'd be neat. But for me, not worth the heat. It's fun to visit, but to like live somewhere where it's that hot all the time, I couldn't do it. Alrighty. We got one stab done. Should sound a lot better. Let's check. I think it goes this way. Or does it? Does it go this way? No, I think I was right the first time. There we go. Let's pop in one of these guys and give it a little test of route. Okay, switch is in. Let's put a key on it and listen to it. Dude, that's cool. That's neat that you're moving somewhere where, like, yeah, the culture is a little bit more, you know, kind of what you're after, right? Where it's like people go outside, people do stuff. I know it's Eugene's really like a runner's town too, or at least it has that reputation, so that's pretty neat. Not that I don't think you run, but you could now. Just saying. My wife ran a 5K this weekend and asked me if I wanted to run, and I was like, on the 3rd of July, during a heat wave, run a 5K. I'm good. I'll sit in the car. I'll cheer. I'll give you water. But that ain't me. It was good though. She had some friends run with her and had a good time, but yeah, I'm just not much of a runner. I run when I like warm up at the gym, but that's it. And it's nice when you're on a treadmill, you can just bail at any point, be like, you know what? I'm not feeling it anymore. Maybe that's maybe that's a bad mindset, to give yourself excuses or opportunities to make them. I don't know. All I'm saying is my experience with running not on a treadmill has been, you run for a while and then you're like, oh, I'm getting tired. I should turn around and go home. Uh-oh, I have to run a long ways back. That's not an experience I enjoy. I wonder if there's a brand out there that makes better plate mount stabilizers. I never shop for them because I don't like them, but you know, like if for a board like this, if I could source like a really high quality, like Duroc type, you know, brand where they're making really good plate mount stabilizers, I don't know. Might be an interesting thing to look into. Well, it's kind of gross. There's some munchy stuff on this wire. There we go. All right, spacebar stabilizers done. 2 more to go. There we go. Very good. All right, let's give that a listen.
Go on.
Interesting. Yeah, it's not amazing sounding, but it's also a plate mount stabilizer. I do wonder if the Holy mod would be a good mod to do for these, you know, get that little extra piece of material in there to dampen the sound a little bit. I might actually pop the stabilizer out and try that in a second here. Just to try to get the spacebar sounding right, because that's the one key that it's like, if that sounds bad, the board is scuffed. Also, all this factory lube is really nasty. It's everywhere. I think it was like a little spray and pray. If I can make an assumption. You know, just thinking through it right now, I might actually holy mod these stems because they are not already full of lube, and then just stem swap. Let's do that, just because I think pulling Cryotox 205G2 out of that would be gross. Let's see if that's too wide. It may be, but I don't know. There we go. So pull it most of the way through. I'm realizing you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm putting a little piece of Band-Aid into the stabilizer stem housing because that can tend to help with some of the clacky noise. It's a mod known as the Holee, H-O-L-E-E mod. Let's seems to be going on here, though, is just that the stabilizer stems were factory pre-lubed, so the adhesive is not sticking. So we may abandon this because I don't know that it's strictly necessary for this anyways. It's more just like a curiosity thing. Yeah, I'd be concerned actually installing this just due to how slippery everything is, so we're gonna just move on with our lives. Pretend that little interlude never happened. Alright. I think I already lubed the inside of these. Yes, I did. So we can do the outside of these and then the G2. Little hair on that guy. Gross. Okay. There's one, so I think we just have the one left. I believe this goes in down like this. There it is. It's nice little snap in, and then the last one for the left shift key. How's everyone's Monday going? So good 4th of July. Did you burn anything up? Did you eat some barbecue? There was a torrential downpour that happened. Like it was hot all day. It was nice and clear out. And then I was at a friend's house for a barbecue, and like he was just standing out at the grill, and all of a sudden he was soaking wet. It was wild. Never seen anything like it. I mean, I have, but not in a while. It was nice to have rain though, because I know there were a lot of concerns about just a lot of brush fire around here with all the fireworks, and so just getting a ton of water was really helpful. But it was also like, you know, that's not good barbecue weather. Montana, what is you doing? And then today it's kind of cloudy and overcast and kind of moody out. Alright. How do all these hairs keep getting in here? I think it's coming from the keyboard because it was a pre-built that I had used for ages without ever cleaning, which is gross. All right, last one. All right, we can put all of our brushes and syringes away. Pop this last guy in, and then we really go ham on some solder desolder. So we need to cut the legs off all these guys. They are, I need to make sure they don't take flight. Whenever I snip them, they tend to go shooting. I'll probably need a vacuum off or shake off this mat when I'm done, but it's very nice to have. You know, I like all the little magnetic compartments at the top that you can put the screws in. They're actually numbered too, so you can try to remember like the order that you installed the screws and stuff. So it's kind of nice. And I can put a soldering iron directly on it and for a second and not immediately destroy it. Okay. What's funny is that this keyboard is full RGB, but there's no shine through on the keycaps whatsoever. So it's kind of hard to see, but it is what it is. And the LEDs are nice that they're not actually running through the switches themselves, because then I don't have to desolder them. They're more of like a surface mount style that's just soldered over the hole where you would put a through hole, which is very awesome. I appreciate it. That's the way to go. I think the reason I'm short one switch is because I put it where the spacebar goes. So we'll just grab one more. Oh, dude. Okay, I will. Let's pull that up. If you don't mind me showing it, I'd love to. Take a peek. Take a little break. Look at some art. Some photography. Discord. Ooh, boy. That is spicy. Let me actually turn off the chat. Look at that. Man, okay. How many photos did you say were stitched together on that? You said, I don't even see. 191 megapixels. Sheesh. Okay, man. That looks great. Thanks for sharing that. $191 megapixels. 30 images. Okay, man. All right. Also, I don't think you can see it on screen. Kyle said it's a race to see who can finish the project first, and you're on, buddy. I am, I think 1 out of 5 rows down now. No, 6. There are 6 rows on this board. All right. Now that I got the stabilizers done, we should be moving. So let's pop the next row switches. Go. All right. We're hoping for 100% here, folks. I don't know if it's going to happen, though. Oh, wait. Which row did I desolder? Hold on. What was I doing there? It was just this random middle row. Okay. Well, we take those. Boom. 100% of the wrong row desoldered. All right. Got the legs clipped on this next row. Could have installed. Narrating my progress, so Kyle feels threatened that I'm going quickly. What I really should be doing is trying to get Kyle to talk in the chat so that he's slower. And that I can beat him in this arbitrary race we've come up with. Seems like it's working. Oh, that's true. That's true. what is. You could just be like, I'm done now. Good point. Don't do that. Sheesh. All right. Yeah, it's that way with Madison's art too. It'll sometimes she'll be painting something and it's like, you know, make a ton of progress right at the beginning and then just the little details take forever. All right. Another row down. Let's get this one in between that I missed for some reason. Oh. That one might not be coming out without a fight. One can dream. Boy. Oh, we're clogged. Dang, this is gonna... We need a pit stop here. First thing you can do is try to just press through it. Also detach the containment chamber. Problem is, everything here is very hot. Aha! This would appear to be our problem. Ouch. Cool. Okay, so this is our problem here. We got a, let me get some pliers. Maybe I should hold this thing. Got a big old solder blob stuck right here that I think we can force back out. There we go. Look at that. Just a giant chunk of solder. That's what we're pulling out of this. There we go. All right. Let's get this stuff out of here. Put this back in and see if it works. Oh, we also may need to unplug it from this side. Oh no. I've guffed my desk mat. Put a very hot piece of wire on it. Dang it. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's get this solder out of here. All right, pit stop over. That is a chunky boy. One chunky solder boy. All right, let's see if we can finish this. My confidence for this next round is very low, but we'll see. Oop, that one was close. That one was close. Ooh. Okay. Well, got them out. Now we just gotta swap them. Three, 6, 9, 12, 15. Cool. Okay. All right. It's time for the solder up. Okay. One thing I'm a bit concerned about is there's a spot where the LED is very close to the stem. So let's check to make sure this thing still works. Great. Easy peasy. Squeeze the lemon. So whole board still appears to work. Obviously, spacebar isn't soldered in. Good enough for me. Okay. Great. Pull this next row. Perfect. This desoldering gun is so great. Very thankful for it. Oh, hey. Thank you for the follow, Fairwee. If I'm pronouncing that right. I appreciate it. Helps the stream out a lot. How's your day going so far? Hanging out on a Monday afternoon? Just new boot goofing? That's what I'm doing. Hello. 10, 12, 14. 5, 3, 6, 9. Oh yeah, what is it? This is actually my second keyboard from a really long time ago. And I am rebuilding it. Pulling out all the old switches. Putting in some new ones. All right. All right, let's get these ones soldered in. XD87 with Akko purple lavender switches. Nice. Oh, were you in my Discord earlier? That sounds really familiar to a config someone was asking about in my Discord. These are Novel Keys box cream switches. They are the box style variant of the cream. This is a board that I don't use very often, so I thought it might be interesting to try slapping them in there and seeing how it goes, but we'll see. Oops. The Glarsa's gun, you're right. That's hilarious. It's an amazing product and it works really well, but that's very true. That is what probably a lot of people have seen this from. I love it. I did order a bruh mat. It's that mat with Glarsa's face. And I think I'll have that for next stream. I'm very excited about it. I do realize that you can't really see the bottom right corner of my desk mat very well, so I'll have to come up with something so you can see the bruh mat in all its glory. 6, 8, 9. 3, 6, 9. Cool. We're just about done here, folks. Look at this mess. I'm gonna have to get a vacuum. Suck up all these little stems. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. All right. I think once I get these soldered in, I will grab the vacuum and clean off this mat. Just because I don't want to pick it up and drop a million tiny pieces of plastic all over my floor. Okay. Huh. My fume extractor's not working. Oh, there it is. All right, we did have a switch with a bent leg, so we'll need to desolder the one that I did solder in, and then get him swapped out, or at least popped out and fixed. It's a very easy fix. Just pry that leg back up and reinstall him. Easy. Alrighty. Let's get this back in the case now. Make sure this drops in all right. And then let's actually test the switches before I screw everything down. Let's reset that. There we go. Great. Okay. I believe that means we are done with soldering and desoldering. So really, what we've got left is screwing in these screws. Installing some keycaps. And then we're done. Whoa. Hey, you're back. Good to see you. That was fast. All right. We are getting close to being done here. All right. I'm going to go get a vacuum. I'll be right back. I think it's this. Wait. Why is that not working anymore? Did I mess up my seams? Dude. What's going on, Streamlabs? It's fine. Alrighty, sorry about that. I am back. I cleaned this up a little bit, vacuumed up all those little tips. Furwy, you said, I wasn't here for a sec, but what are your thoughts on my board, an XD87 with Akko Purple Lavenders? I have actually never used either of those, but I have seen them listed on AliExpress, and they seem fine. I am curious what they will sound like. So yeah, I would be, if you get that built and want to send me like a sound test or something, I would be definitely interested in hearing that. But yeah, I wish I could speak to the quality of those, but like I said, having not ever used them, I don't really know. All right, so these, let's get all the keys on that need. Control, Alt, arrow, Windows, function. F, G, H, J, K. Okay. Question mark slash goes right here. This one goes here. I believe this one goes over one more. I will say that these box switches are very slippery in terms of putting these switches on. Like, they go on really easily, but I'm curious if, like, if I dropped this board, what it would do. Let's grab the rest of them. That's fair. That's fair. Bought them on AliExpress because they live in Belgium. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I feel like I have some friends who live, or I've made some friends actually in the keyboard community who live in European countries, and I have heard that it's even just getting keycaps with correct layouts is tough oftentimes. So yeah, I'd be interested to see it though, for sure. If you want to send photos, but yeah, I'll maybe do a little digging after stream too and just see if I can find videos of that. Those lavenders, you say your lavenders? Yeah, those are switches I've actually been interested in for a while, so I might see if I can pick some up at some point. Escape T. I can't remember where the page up and page down went, but we'll figure that out. Oh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 3, delete. I believe delete was here. DFG, ZXC, and M, GH. Zero is here. F8. Home is another mystery mod. 6, 4, 1, S, PN. I believe that was here. Alt is here. Y was there. Five. CV. B. Yeah, I'm very grateful to live in the US where mass-produced, like pretty much every keycap set, the base kit will work for me. I don't know. It's something that I feel like I often take for granted, but it's very convenient, to say the least. Z 10 5 here, shift goes here. Looks like X goes there. That would be 6. Little tilde guy. 9. I think I have 0 upside down. Let's flip them over. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is the Vortex Race 3 pre-built board that I'm just switch swapping. Oh boy. You know, it's funny. This is more just an exercise in curiosity of how do these switches sound bone stock. And there were probably easier ways to do that. I did not. That's what I'm testing is if you just buy these things stock, how do they sound? I'm telling you right now, they are not going to sound great. You're probably going to want to lube them. Again, you run into that issue with What is going on? Oh, interesting. Did I do something? It is scratchy. Did I do something to Windows to make my key inputs weird? Because even my normal keyboard won't type. And escape is doing the same thing as alt tab. What on earth is going on here? I'm at a loss here. What did I do? The Windows key doesn't work. This is so bizarre. I've gotten Windows into some sort of strange mode. Well, we can still do a sound test without actually typing real words on anything. Let me look up where the page up, page down, home end goes, and then I'll probably just reboot my computer and see if it works. I think home is here. I think end is here. Then page up, page down. All right. Well, we're gonna. Thank you. Yeah. I'll be sure to follow up there too. Let's just do a sound test, without it even plugged in, and just listen. Wait, hold on, and just listen to how scratchy it is. Here we go. Well then, yeah, it sounds all right. Thank you. I think it's scratchy. It's maybe a tiny improvement over like bone stock MX Reds, but that's not a very high bar to clear, I wouldn't say. I think maybe someday I'll go back in and put in like Gateron Milky Yellows and actually lube them, potentially. The thing that this keyboard really has going for it, I think, is aesthetic. I think it looks really good in the 75% space, just to have almost like a frameless keyboard. But again, yeah, that's true. I could mil-max this PCB to make it hot swappable. But again, I don't use this board very often, so I think it was fine to do, a quick experiment, just see how it works. But yeah, this whole escape key being a weird size and delete key being a weird size is very bizarre. But anyways, I thought that was a good experiment. Novel Keys box creams. If you buy them, don't expect them to sound like a normal cream, I guess, is my conclusion. I don't know. I guess I just feel like they feel lighter and a little bit like plasticier, if that makes sense. So if you get them, try lubing them. Yeah, that. Yeah, talking about the space between the F row and the numbers. That's pretty common on like a 75% layout, but it definitely looks weird when you're used to like a TKL or something like that. So, and frankly, I personally think that F row keys are dumb because they only do one thing, and it's easy enough to hold function and hit 1 instead of hitting F1. So I've used 65% keyboards way more often, and I even have like a full-size board that's got the numpad, but it doesn't have the F row. It's the barleycorn because I don't like the F row, but to each their own. But anyways, that is all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. I will be back next Monday with a nibble build. So that'll be a through hole. So I'll probably try to get started a little early because that's going to take a while. The through hole ones are those are long. So I'll probably do that right at 6, maybe I'll leave in a little bit before Mountain Standard Time. And then after that, I don't really know. I have stuff on deck, but I also have client stuff incoming. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. I'll send out an @everyone on the Discord when I go live, and I may stop streaming regularly on Mondays anyways, and just like start, peppering them around whenever I have time. But we'll see. But anyways, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time.